Welcome to Phoenix Rising, Mind and Body Healing. I'm Megan Bramlett, and for over 20 years I've used my hands and my heart to help others heal, reset, and rise. This podcast is your invitation to reconnect with your body, empower your mind, and embrace the sacred journey of transformation. I am so glad you're here. Welcome back to episode 4 of Phoenix Rising, Mind Body Healing. Today's episode, Your Body Remembers Trauma, Tension, and Trusting the Signals. The body doesn't forget. Not that we think it might. It holds the things we've buried, the things we couldn't say, the stress we kept pushing through. In today's episode, I want to talk about what happens when our body remembers before our mind does, and why that's not something to fear. I've seen clients cry during sessions without knowing why. I've seen them laugh through sessions without knowing why. I've seen old pain surface as muscles release, and I felt it in my own body too. Your tension has stories. Let's learn how to listen to it before it turns into a scream. Massage room stories. I'm going to go with a funny one first. When I was in massage school, I had this friend that we were practicing on each other, and I went into her ribs, and I was working around on the intercostals, and she started giggling and giggling and giggling, and it got to a point that we were both laughing, and I finally just called it into the session because neither one of us could stop laughing at that point. She couldn't even tell me why she was laughing. She said, "It doesn't tickle. I just can't stop laughing." So the next day she called me. She goes, "I figured out why. I had a dream about it last night." And I said, "Really?" I said, "Tell me about it." And she goes, "Well, my grandfather used to pick me up and tickle me right there. On both sides, used to pick me up and tickle me right there in my ribs." She goes, "It doesn't tickle, but that's where he used to pick me up and tickle me." And she's like, "Why?" And I was like, "Well, that's the memory, the muscle memory, the memory of that happy, laughing, fun time is what caused you to laugh." And she's like, "That's weird." But that is what our body does. It remembers things. I had a client that she was in a car accident, and I had gotten her to a point where her issue was her shoulder, and she had gotten to a point where she could lift her shoulder up to a point, but it was months. I could not get her past this one point, and I was like, I honestly was at my wit's end because I had tried everything. So one day I happened to see her pull up. I happened to actually see her arrive. I had gotten out of my massage early, and I saw her arrive, and it had been raining, and I saw that she had a passenger seat. And I said, when she came in, I said, "I'm so happy to see you. How are you feeling?" And I kind of got an update on how her arm was and her shoulder. And I said, "I noticed you got out of the passenger seat." And she said to me, she goes, "Megan," she goes, ever since my accident, whenever it rains, I can't get out. I can't drive. I'm terrified to drive when it rains." And I said, "So the accident happened in the rain." That's something I had never asked her. I don't know why I had never asked her that, but I had never asked her that. And she goes, "Yeah." She's like, "It was raining really bad that day." And she told me about the whole accident again, but I had missed the rain part first time. So I worked on her and didn't get any real relief. And I said, I really want to make a recommendation to you. And she goes, "Okay." I said, "You're religious?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "At your church or however," I said, "I know there's different religions and they don't all call them church." I said, "Wherever you go in your worship," I said, "I would recommend this, trying to see if they have some kind of support group for people that have been in car accidents." She goes, "Well, why?" I said, "Because I don't think everything you're feeling right now is physical." She goes, "Why not?" I said, "Well, your shoulder still bothering you." I said, and it is valid, and I'm not making it not valid. I said, "But the fact that you cannot drive in the rain still makes me feel like you're holding on to the emotional aspect of it. And since the emotional aspect and the physical aspect kind of go hand in hand, I have a feeling that that part is affecting the physical. I think if you go to therapy or like group therapy, something where you can talk about it with others that are going through similar situations, you might start to see some additional growth, or we might get you past this plateau. So I didn't see her for about 3 or 4 months, actually. And I kind of got worried. I scared her off because, that's one of those lines that, like, you don't know if you tell someone they should go to therapy at that point because you don't know how people feel about therapy. So I really wasn't sure if I should say anything. But one day I saw her name back on my list of people I was going to work on, and I was like really excited to see her. Well, she came running in, arm up high. And I was like, "Oh my God, what have you been doing?" And she goes, "I went to therapy." I go, "Physical therapy?" She goes, "No." She goes, "I went," and I start talking to my pastor, and he got me in touch with a group of other women who have been in car accidents. As I talked to them and I talked through my fear of driving in the rain and this and that, she goes, "I started feeling less pain and started being able to lift my shoulder again." I was like, "I am so excited for you," because her body was holding on to the same fear her mind was. And so that our bodies do that. The trauma stays within our bodies. It's the way our bodies are. So if you have had something happen to you in your past, of a physical trauma or an emotional trauma, it'll stay within your body for many years until you handle it. Now, physical trauma equals emotional trauma. So like when I was hit by the car a few years ago, I did have emotional trauma because of what I said to myself. And we all do it. When we have something physical happen, other things happen in our minds, right? So until I released the physical, I was not going to heal. Until I released the mental, I was not going to heal physically. And have I released all the mental? No, because I still tell my husband, "Don't touch my bad foot." It's not a bad foot anymore. And I know this. I can look at it and I can say, see it, and I can see that the scarring is very minimal. I do have some numbness in it and stuff, but I still say, don't touch, or don't look at my bad foot. And I'm working on that. But so we do hold on to physical and emotional scarring and our emotional holds on to our physical. I'm going to apologize. I can't believe I'm yawning. Our body always communicates with us one way or another. It will always communicate with us. So when we're feeling pain and we're having a really high emotional time, there's a reason for that. There something in us, in our bodies, is telling us that we need to stop and we need to really pay attention because there's something else going on. Clients have cried on the table as they hit spots they might have been, especially if you've been physically abused or sexually abused, or those areas in the body that were hit can be very, very sensitive and can make you cry when touched by a massage therapist. I've had that happen many times. Headaches, insomnia, gut issues, pain flares, all signs of your body letting you know that there's something going on, and it could be something from your past. Often we override them with caffeine. I know that one too. I know that one very well. I love my caffeine. To-do lists. I don't actually have a written out list. I have the to-do list in my head. I actually have a to-do list of a to-do list of a to-do list in my head. That's how bad I get. And then pushing through. Women especially are very good at just pushing through the pain, pushing through all of the signs of something's wrong. If we keep ignoring the whispers, along with what I spoke about in the last episode, episode 3, our bodies will scream at us in breakdown, burnout, and illness. So I want you guys to really think about where your body feels tight or heavy right now. Just sit there for a second and think about where your body feels tight or heavy right now. What might that part of your body trying to say to you? Is it tired? Are you just tired today? Like, my eyelids are tight. My eyelids are heavy. I'm a little tired today. My hands are tight. I've been doing a lot of massages lately. I've been really pushing for massages lately. So my hands are a little tight. I'm gonna stretch those out. Maybe put some paraffin wax on them. Ooh, my hand massager, that'll feel good. My left shoulder's tight. Maybe I slept on it wrong last night. What about you? What is your body telling you? What would happen if you placed a hand there and simply listened? I can't really place a hand on my hands, but we'll do this. If I place a hand on my eyes, that might just be like a little weird. If I can feel it, it's almost throbbing. It almost wants to unwind, but it doesn't want to unwind. It's like I'm not going to. It's being stubborn. What is your body telling you? Your body's not broken. Just because you feel pain or you feel heaviness, It's not broken. It's brilliant. Our bodies let us know what's going on if we listen. I never listened before I went to massage school. And even after massage school, I listened better. But it took me a few years, it took me a while to truly listen to my body and understand and care, to be honest with you, because I was young and I was like, I can push through pain. I'm good at pushing through pain. I can push through emotional. I can push through physical. I can push through everything. I'm superwoman. Now I listen. It's more important to listen so you don't injure yourself further. And if your body, your body will tell you, is this something that you need to stop right now? Or is this something that I'm letting you know that you got like a little bit more time before you absolutely need to take a break? Okay. Not trying to sabotage you. It's not fighting you. It's letting you know. It's trying to save you from further problems. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to be soft and to heal and to trust that your body knows the way. The one thing in massage school they told us from day one, and I kind of laughed at it, but now I truly do believe it. Our bodies and our minds have everything we need. We just need to listen. Your minds can get you through just about anything in life if you stop second guessing or listening to other people. You listen to your mind and you listen to your gut and who you truly are, you can get just about through anything. It's when other people get involved that you can't. And your body can heal many, many things if you give it time and you give it love. Not everything, obviously. There's a lot of things out there that we can't heal, but there are many things we can heal before it becomes the things we can't heal. So until next time, stay balanced. Love yourself. Thanks for being a part of this healing journey on Phoenix Rising, Mind and Body Healing. Remember, every breath, every step, every small act of care moves you closer to your next rise. Take care, and I'll meet you back here soon.